And we're live. Welcome everyone.
Live,
Boop baka doop
live
boop.
and direct as always.
Yes, as always, with a tune.
But not a Thursday this time.
No, this is the first Tuesday stream. What is that?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Nothing special. Like it was same as before. Preparation and everything. Just a bit less time to prepare for it, but otherwise it feels completely normal. I mean, I had here in the UK, we had a bank holiday yesterday, so I had a long weekend. So this is the first day when I was working again. So I feel quite rested.
So you're well rested.
Yeah, instead of being at the end of the week,
nice.
It's the first day of the week for me. So that's good.
Well, that's good for you. I'm quite well rested as well, because as you can see, I have a magnificent double bed now. It's so comfy, actually. Wow. I slept like a baby last night.
Are you gonna sleep in the stream? Or are you gonna like walk back and
I'm just gonna run off, take a nap. Yeah. No, I'm actually for those of you who don't know, I'm homeless now. Again. So yeah, I'm living in this hotel at the moment for about I think it's like 2 weeks or something. So yeah, this is my new home. This is where you're gonna see me stream from for the next couple of episodes.
Nice. So get familiar with it, not like the accounting basement you were in last week.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a kind of fun thing. It's like a Christmas calendar. Every week you open a new thing. It's like, ooh, where is he gonna be? He's gonna be behind a dumpster. Is he gonna be under a park bench? No, he's a fancy hobo. He lives in hotels.
Fancy hobo. I mean,
yeah. So we're gonna see. Maybe this will be the fanciest hobo place I'll be staying in, or it's not a hobo place at all. I haven't seen any hobos here, actually. Actually, I have a mirror right in front of me, so I have seen one.
Is it a budget hotel?
Yeah.
Like a low budget? I mean,
it's quite nice. Yeah, it starts with an H, ends with a Ilton.
Ooh, hotel.
Yeah.
Hotel Stilton.
Yeah, could be. Or, oh gosh, or Hamilton.
The Hamilton Hotel.
That's a crazy coincidence. Oh gosh, that's internal, but it's a crazy coincidence. Sorry to you viewers, we're just making internal jokes here.
Well, I guess you could actually be in front of a green screen, and we wouldn't know.
I'm actually
traveler
on the city dump right now, but
that's
but it's I'm a VFX artist, so I can make it look like anywhere. So yeah.
So if you hear sirens, it's not from London; it's from the dumpster where Johannesburg.
Yeah, it's the cops, and they're gonna start shooting at me. I'll be like, "No, I'm still sitting here in front of my computer.
I'm just a streamer.
Yeah. No, it's a wake up and not a gun.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh wow! So you've had a bit of a week then, traveling.
Yeah, I have been traveling. Sorry, I should just tell them what's up. Okay, so I'm working on a film production again, not just hanging out in the north part of Sweden right now. So I'm working on a film production, and we're gonna start shooting tomorrow, actually. Ooh. And that's why we had to reschedule this live stream, because on Thursday I'll be deep in work. It tends to happen when you're on like film shoots. You get a lot of hours in.
Yeah.
But hopefully it won't be too bad. And I think I'm pretty excited because I'm in Croatia, of all places. So I've been able to travel able to travel again, which has been fun, actually. Like normally when I go traveling and stuff, I don't really enjoy or particularly enjoy like the airports and like transportation and the, the whole just like boring parts of travel kind of, or just like tedious things that you have to do to get somewhere.
Yeah.
But I've actually been enjoying it because it's like it feels kind of new again because it's been so long.
Yeah. Well, was it relaxing? Well, I mean, normally it's quite stressful. There's loads of people and long queues and stuff. So how was it? Was it super
Well,
busy?
I'll tell you a story about it later because it did get kind of stressful at one point, but I'll save that for later.
Nice.
But overall, it's been like honestly like normal, except that you have to wear like I don't even have a face mask right now, but you have to wear the face mask all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you need a lot of like paperwork just to like go through the border and stuff.
So that's what you had behind
in general,
you last week. That's
yeah, that was just like binders and binders of paperwork to get into Croatia. Yeah, so no, I'm super blessed because the production is figuring all that sort of stuff out for me, so I don't even have to fill out the forms myself, which is super nice. It's like, send me your details so I can fill out your forms. I'm like, oh sweet, yeah, I could do it myself, but please do it. That's great.
What is your name?
Yeah. What are you doing here, hobo? Yeah,
nice.
no,
That's
it's good,
exciting.
but we haven't even like done the regular intro about what is side project. What is side project, Andre?
Well, it's a Tuesday. It's a new day, so the intros are different on each day.
Yeah, so this is Tide Project. We're gonna look at the ocean, see it rolling in,
and
maybe catch some waves.
Yeah, it's
surfing.
Slow TV. We're watching the tide.
Yeah, giving comments like, "Oh wait, did you see that current?
Ooh.
Oh shoot, no, that was just a wave, normal wave."
No, so side project.
It reminds me of when I was in Hawaii and there was like a big tidal wave coming in. Everyone's like freaking out in the world, except for in Hawaii, where everyone's like super chill. They're like, yeah, this happens every year. And on Swedish television and stuff, it was like, big old tidal wave is rolling in towards Hawaii. Everyone's gonna die. People are taking cover. And I, since I'm a clever boy and I have a bit of like media savvy skills, I figured I'm gonna take advantage of this. So I started going out interviewing people who had like, because I was living in the middle of the island and people were coming there, like some of them were coming there to take cover, mostly like drunks and weirdos, which was great TV. So I'd like interview them and stuff, and I interviewed this one guy. He was a bit delusional and he was like, yeah, I just woke up and I tried to save as many people as I could. And I sent that to one of the biggest newspapers in Sweden, Aftonbladet, and they ran with it. So it was like on the front page of Aftonbladet saying like, Swedes stuck in Hawaii with the tidal wave. Watch what's happening. And I'm just like, hey, well, how's it going? They're like, yeah, it's just another tidal wave. And then this guy's like, yeah, I just tried to save as many people as I could. Yeah, it was kind of fun. And obviously there was no big old tidal wave. It was just like, if they had like a live stream toward like facing the beach, so you could watch the tidal wave roll in, and it was just like the most underwhelming. It was like smaller than the normal waves. It was just like, there it is. Oh wait, was that it? No, I don't even know. Yeah.
And you got on in the news because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find the clip. It's kind of funny. It's got young me. I was like super blonde, surfy dude looking.
Well, on that side note,
yeah,
side project is a stream full of side notes.
Oh yeah, Tide Project. Yeah, we're gonna start a new stream called Sidetracked and just like do random bits of us getting sidetracked.
Yeah, we are very sidetracked at the moment.
Oh yeah, we're
Talking
so
about
out of it.
tidal waves and Hawaii.
Dude, we should stick to the schedule. Thursday. We don't
This
know
is
what's
not
going
working
on
out.
Tuesdays. Yeah.
We can't even get started. This is a big problem.
Okay, what is side project, Andre? I have no idea. Tell me.
You don't
Tell
know.
us.
Well,
What is it?
it's a creative live stream and community where we get a project from a client every week, and we have
Mhm.
1 hour to come up with an idea, create the idea, and deliver it to the client. And while we're doing this, we get sidetracked by different stories that we talk about.
Yeah, that usually happens.
Quite a lot. But yeah, we create silly stuff and in a very short amount of time. And we encourage you as well, the viewer, to join us, to follow the brief and do your own version of the project. That's pretty much what it is, I think.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head.
Yes, but you didn't know what it was, you said. So do you feel like you know what it is
Well,
now?
from my first impression from reading the title. Yeah,
that's good.
That's about right.
Well, we know a little bit about you, Johannes. You're in Croatia working on a film, but what else should we know about you?
Well, my name is Johannes. I am a digital imaging technician from Sweden. And Sweden? Gotta always add the Sweden when you say Sweden. Yeah, because that's how you say Sweden in Sweden. In Swedish, Swinglish as we call it.
Yes.
But yeah, getting sidetracked again. Oh gosh, this is gonna not end ever. It's just gonna keep going. But yeah, basically what I do is I am responsible for all the footage on the film set, basically. So yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, if you mess up, it's a big deal.
I'm just kidding. It's a very big deal if I mess up. So yeah, I gotta keep my mind and files organized. Unlike what you see here today, my mind is just like scattered all over the place. But it's kind of like, I don't know, is that some kind of like rehabilitate? No, not rehab, but like you know, like how your brain just like needs one way to I can't even speak. Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that being super focused and organized at work maybe gives me that stimulation that my brain needs and can just run all over the place at other times. Does that make sense?
I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Can you try and explain what I'm trying to say? Because I obviously can't right now.
Well,
I would blame the time zone difference, but there's none between Sweden and Croatia.
Well, no, there's not. There's time difference between you and I, though. But I don't think. I mean, yeah, I think I understand what you mean by it's like when you're completely focused on one thing for some time, then it's kind of like when you then relax, it kind of opens up your mind because your mind has been so like focused on one thing, and that like loosens everything up and like creates all these other ideas and stuff. It's similar for me when I'm working, like I'm really focused on something. I can barely listen to anything else. Like I shut everything out and I'm super focused. But then when
you can see that in the earlier episode. Andre's just like, and I'm trying to like, hey Andre, what do you think about this? I'm working.
That's how much fun I am.
But I'm like that sometimes too. So no worries.
All right.
But yeah, it's kind of stimulating too. Like even though I look super disorganized and like a freaking wacky weirdo all over the place all the time, I do a good job at work. And
Well done.
yeah, so
That's good.
otherwise they wouldn't hire me multiple times, I suppose.
Yeah. That's
I think if you
unfortunate.
mess up once in this job, you'd be dead.
Yeah, because that's a very expensive
sure.
mistake, and
It's a very expensive mistake. Yeah.
where is all this footage of George Clooney?
I haven't seen it. Never got it.
Oh, wow. That would be expensive.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough about me. More about you. Who are you, Andre?
Well, I am a professional chef.
Wait, you get paid to make food?
No, I don't. I'm semi.
So you're an expert chef.
Well, I wouldn't say an expert, but I'm getting there, I think. I'm very passionate when it comes
You're
to food.
a culinary mastermind.
Well, I'd say that's even higher than an expert. So,
you have master classes in the culinary art of culinese.
Well, that's something I'm thinking about, yes. I love cooking.
Ooh.
I cook a lot of food, and I love hosting dinner parties or cooking for people. So
interesting.
And I spend a lot of my free time cooking or researching recipes. I can stay an entire day in the kitchen just experimenting with different things.
Well, we are the opposites. I try to avoid cooking
I know.
as much as I can, which is great when I'm working on this production because I'm getting food from the catering, which is nice.
I remember I used to do a porridge in the microwave every lunch.
Oh yeah, I used to eat that 3 times a day, like 3 meals a day. It was just like oatmeal. Sometimes I mixed it up. I used to have like applesauce most of the time, but then sometimes I got like strawberry jam, and I was like, no, go back to applesauce.
But aside from cooking a lot, I'm also do a lot of film work, video work, all kind of creative stuff, but mostly focused on TV series and films at the moment.
Yeah. Cool. Do you cook any seafood?
Yes, I do.
See, I think that might come in very handy this week.
Oh.
As we move into this week's brief.
Should we do it?
See what a nice little TV transition I did there? Dude, I should be on TV. If you're a TV producer... Wait, I'm working with TV producers. I hope they're watching. I should talk to them tomorrow and be like, hey guys, I have a perfect pitch here. Look at this. See that transition?
Yeah.
Flawless.
Clip it. Send it to them. Look at this. Look at this. And then how I spoil everything by talking about
what am I watching?
Because we're in the brief now, and now we're talking about something else.
Well, this episode is going to be all about being sidetracked. Well, if you want to follow along, so this week I actually prepared something. So I'm going to post the link to the brief in the chat so you guys at home can follow along in the brief or watch it later at your own convenience. Or if you show up later in the stream, whatever, you can just go there and check it out. And also see like the references up close and the mood board, etc. So yeah, enjoy. And let's get into the brief, shall we?
Yes, we're already there.
All right. So this week's client is no other than the Make a Fish Foundation. So you've probably heard about the Make-A-Wish Foundation,
yes,
right?
I have.
Yeah, so the Make-A-Fish Foundation is basically the same as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, except they only make fishes.
Wait, did they make fish? Did they?
Yeah, so basically there are like dying children in the world. We can't deny that, right? They are terminally ill. They're going to die pretty soon, which is sad. It's terrible. And we should not be joking about it. But anyway, the Make a Fish Foundation tries to encourage encourage these young Padawans in their battle. So they create fish.
What a phrase.
They create fishes for these kids, so it can be like anything in their fantasy, you know. So the person behind this is this person right here, and her name is Marina Poisson,
Okay.
and she started this foundation a long time ago when her kid was lost at sea.
Oh, no.
So yeah, the description here is that basically the Make a Fish Foundation just strive to create beautiful and creative imagery of fishes, and usually they can like take on they get sent drawings of a fish and they're like, we're gonna make this better, because kids drawings aren't that good and you can't really see that it's a fish, so they're like,
Okay.
we're gonna make your
Make it
illustration better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
And also sometimes they have like a kid will say like, oh, I like that fish from Finding Nemo. So yeah, like that's kind of oh, sorry, I got sidetracked again. I like the fish from Finding Nemo. Can you make an illustration for me, please? And they say, dude, we'll make it so grand that you're gonna rock your socks off. And they make really good fish illustrations.
Nice.
And yeah, this like foundation was born out of the love for Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, and they realized that kids love those movies. So they must love fishes. So we're gonna grant them a final fish before they die. So yeah. So the vision is to give every dying child a fish.
A lost fish.
Yeah, one last fish. And so this week they asked us because they've seen our creative creations and they thought these guys will create really great fishes. So they want us to create a final fish for someone, and they want us to create a still image of a fish.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be 3x2, which is like normal DSLR photo size format. And they want it to look kind of illustrated. It doesn't have to be like illustration per se, but it has to look like an illustration. Basically, you'll see in the mood board later, but they want it to look like it's illustrated. And it doesn't have to be anatomically correct, because it's a fish of the imagination.
It's a lost fish for a kid, so
yeah, so you know what? If you want your fish to have legs, be so. You know, or so be it. Yeah, so if we look at the references here, we got these are actual fishes though.
yeah.
But you can see like fishes are wild. They just look like crazy things, colors all over the place, fins all over the place,
Yeah.
stars and stripes, and you know, all of that jazz.
Yeah, they're super nice.
But
Really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
No,
and then in the mood board here, you can see the kind of style that they want us to create.
Oh, so it's
kind of like
old orange, like old school poster.
yeah, imagine you're like looking through a book of fishies,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, this is a fish illustration of a fish, because they didn't have photographies back then or something, or maybe it's too expensive to print. I don't know, but they want it to look illustrated.
Nice. Well, Svarta Backen, our viewer here, says that he just ate a fish. So,
Wow.
what fish did you
Was
eat?
it?
maybe you should make an illustration of
What
that
fish was it? Yeah, wait, hold on. Okay, that's just someone in the hallway. I feel like I'm disturbing the whole hotel because I'm just like loud and screaming about dying children.
Oh, fish and chips.
Ooh,
Oh,
he got
yeah,
fish and
yeah.
chips. That's nice.
Very
See,
nice.
that's what I miss about like still eating meat. I don't eat meat or creatures that have lived. I try to avoid them in my stomach. Um, but I kind of miss fish sometimes because I do love like sushi and seafood. It's so good.
Yeah.
And fish and chips.
Well,
Anyway, sidetrack. Enough sidebars here.
side tracks.
Okay, hemmaplan-gäddan. Oh, just det, because you are called the Pike,
Yes, I am.
Mr. Pike.
Yeah, so this is my
So
home turf. Correct.
this is right up your alley.
Maybe I should
You've
make.
seen some fishes while you've cooked them.
Yes, maybe I should make a pike in
So-
honor of myself as my last dying fish. No, my last. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's brilliant.
The make
Okay,
make
well,
a
should
fish
we just get
foundation is
started?
our client.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, should we get started?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna start the timer right now.
All right.
Our
Timer has started.
It has started. Indeed, it has, and it's time to create some fishes. Oh, wow. I don't even know
I'm
where
gonna
to
look at.
start.
I think I'm gonna try drawing in Photoshop maybe.
Nice. The problem is I can't really draw.
Or maybe.
I'm really bad at drawing. I could.
Yeah, I'm
trace.
just gonna try drawing. Yeah, you can trace. That's a good idea.
That
Ooh,
sounds
maybe
good.
I'll do that too.
Oh, don't steal my ideas.
I'm gonna make a pike.
I'm searching for cool fishes. And I'm gonna. Whoa, that's cool.
Cool fishies. All right, let's see this. Pixels.
You know what? I'm gonna try something. Because I know that in
What?
Blender there's this inflate thing. So if I make kind of a fish shape
Ooh, a puffer
with
fish.
spikes and then I inflate it, maybe it will.
Dude, that's gonna be interesting. Thank you, Graham. We are glad to get the good luck from you. We're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so create.
I always end up in Blender.
Okay, I'm gonna start with a paper texture, honestly, because that will make me inspired to draw.
Wait, so...
Let's start with the important things. If we ask for a fish, I'm gonna go with a paper texture.
Oh yeah, it has to look. Well, I mean, a pufferfish is quite easy to make. I just realized I just made this sphere. I don't need to inflate it.
But it's funnier if you inflate it.
Yeah, but I mean that's just a sphere with like.
Yeah. I think you should inflate the fish. If chat, are you with me on this one? Do you think he should inflate his fish? Yeah.
So I don't know what it looks
so.
like then. So okay, I'll create the fish. I'll model the fish and make it look
Yeah.
good, and then at the end I will inflate it and work with what I get. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That's exactly what you should be doing.
Okay. Should I try to make it
Focus on the important thing?
inflation?
Yeah. Inflation. Inefficient.
Efficient. I mean, they're not too. They're crazy looking though.
The puffer
Yeah.
fish. Make it with crazy colors or something.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to be even better. It doesn't have to be anatomically correct or anything correct, I guess.
Yeah, you can just make whatever you want from imagination.
Yes. Let's make a.
So this is the perfect project for anyone. So yeah, if you are watching and you want to tag along, please feel free and share your creations with us because we love it. We get fishes sent to us.
We need those fish.
Dude, I couldn't do with just one last fish. I would need like 10 last fishes. This is horrible. We're gonna
And
burn
also,
for
if you
this.
missed it, so the first comment, well, one of the first comments has the brief itself in it. So if you want to see what we're up to, if you want to see the references or the mood board or the client, then you can click that link and you'll see the brief. Oh, my keyboard is running out of juice.
It's not a virus. It's not infected. It's just a
We'll
brief.
just use your computers to mine some crypto coins.
Crypto fishes.
Crypto fishes.
Yeah.
What's the best way to make a triangle in 3D software?
Make a cube and then delete one of the edges. Maybe. That's one way of doing it.
Wait, the whole face?
No, just the edge. Pling. Like the two vertices on one side.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Or you can make a cylinder. Make a cylinder with 3 edges. That's even better.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
that's usually what it is, yeah. Of course.
Fish.
Cylinder.
So when I was in the Caribbean, I just remember this now. They would play a game. The kids there. What?
What?
Sorry, I couldn't save the file. I'll just save it to my desktop. Haha. Yeah. Okay. So they would play a game. And it would go like this. They would have like their hands. You're standing in a circle. You have your hands out to the person next to you, and then you go to the. So imagine this is your hand. You're standing next to me, and this is my hand, and I go fish, and then you go on the next one. So you like go in a circle. It's like fish in a dish. How many fish do you wish? And then you say 3, for example, and then you go 1, 2, and then the third one you have to slap. And if you miss, you're out. And if you hit, then that person is out. So it's fish in a dish. How many fish do you wish? And then you slap. But we were playing with this kid, and he would just like slap whatever and just be like completely unruly. And we'd like, yeah, you win again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
I can imagine.
Okay, let's see here.
Fish.
Fish in a dish. How many fish do you wish?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna start here. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, but I'm just gonna start drawing here.
I mean, the thing is, I don't even know
It's a
how much it's
fish.
gonna turn out since I'm making a fish in 3D, and then I'm gonna inflate it at the end. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my fin here. It's gonna have like a little hook where it can hang its handbag.
Nice.
That's gonna be genius.
What?
The handbagger fisher.
The fish is quite flat.
No! Oh no! I know exactly what I'm gonna make. Screw the handbagger fisher. I have the most genius fish idea. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you because
Really?
it's too good. I'm gonna tell you later when we go through it. Oh my gosh, how could I not think of that before?
I want to know now.
Well, you'll see. You'll see.
You guys
by the
can
end
see
of the
right now,
episode.
the viewers. Tell me, is it good?
They aren't gonna know.
You're
They're
not
not
gonna
gonna know
disclose.
until the very end.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
This is.
you're just gonna have to wait and see. I feel like what's his name, Bob Ross, right now. And we're gonna have a happy little
thing.
fin
Happy
here.
little fin.
Yeah, happy little fin here. Yeah, we're just gonna add a happy little fin here, and then we're gonna keep moving onto the to the dorsal fin, and we're gonna add a happy little fin there as well, and then a happy little gill.
There's sirens. Is that from
Yeah, beautiful. That is not from me, as far as I know. It's dark out
It's
here
actually
now.
quite insane because now London has
Oops.
started opening up, and
Yeah. Are people
yes,
stabbing each
they
other
are.
again?
It's quite insane. Like now, I hear sirens every day almost,
Classic.
and during lockdown, I wouldn't hear sirens at all.
Oh
Really.
yeah.
So it's quite a change. It's it's very
Oh,
different.
that's a bummer.
But I guess that's what it is like living in a big town, big city.
But London. Oh yeah. Speaking of London, last week we talked a little bit about living in London, and we said let's talk about living in London next week because that's a whole different story.
Oh
And
yes,
it is
yes.
next week, so
Look at you with
let's
your
talk about living in London.
transition. Yeah,
TV
any producer
transitions.
watching, Johannes.
Yeah. If you're watching, I'm not available right now, but I will be after the summer. And you can sign me and sign in Andre too, because he leads me into these. He's like, and I smash it. It's perfect. It's the perfect combo. So yeah, producers, listen up, because we're going to talk about London right now.
What do you want to do?
All right. So what's your living situation in London right
now,
now?
I actually live. I have my own flat, which I'm renting from a really nice landlord. But I live in a very busy area, like close to Shoreditch, where it's very popular. So I'm in Dalston, which is like there's loads of bars, loads of nice restaurants. It's quite central, so it's close to loads of things. But it's one of the busier boroughs, I think. It's very like active, and there's like loads of creative people around. It's like Shoreditch is kind of it used to be the creative center, I guess, of London, and it's moving a little bit away from that. But I think like Shoreditch is kind of there's loads of creative people here. But yeah, I've only been here for like 7 months now. Before then, I mean, London is usually, like it's a lot of house sharing. You share a flat with sometimes just one person, sometimes with 7 people. I had a friend who lived in a warehouse where there were, I think it was 32 people living in that one warehouse. Yeah,
32.
And that was like its own little town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
How about you? How did you live when you lived in London?
Dude, I had so many different living situations there. I must have moved I know I moved at least every 3 months, and then I would stay just like 2 weeks in some places. So I would be moving like all the time. But I lived out of a backpack basically. And honestly, it was the weirdest places. I remember the first flat that I lived in. It was like it was in Bethnal Green, and it was pretty pricey for like what it was. It was like a tiny room. Did you ever see it? Oh yeah, you did. You visited me,
right?
Is
that the one? Yeah.
With the like 2-story flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I was living there with like 6 or 7 other people. It was a 2-story flat. It was super like crammed and small. Like all the rooms were tiny. And then my room, they had like fit a double bed because they wanted to charge more, I suppose. So they had fit a double bed in there, or like a queen size. And because they had that big old bed in there, you couldn't like open the closet because it was like covering the door.
Yeah.
So you couldn't use the closet. And in the corner, it was like a mold, like big black marks in the corner. And the window, I mean, all the windows in London are terrible, like single windows, so it's like always cold.
Yeah.
And then I had like a tiny bit of room right inside the door where I could just like squeeze myself in on like a disc this size. It was like just enough to fit my computer, and then my tablet would be like halfway outside, just like enough to keep it keep my hand on it. And then when I moved in, the toilet didn't work, and the shower was either stupid hot or freezing cold. So you'd have to like alternate all the time to like find that sweet spot where it just like turned over. So you'd have to like alternate. It's like, yeah, it was. And that was the first one. And also, they probably aren't watching now, anyways. But my roommates or like my flatmates, they would be like, they were all like South European, so they would love to cook and stuff. And I, being Swedish, I'm fine with just bread, or as we talked about earlier, like I don't really cook that much. But I would just eat like toast with cream cheese every single night, and they could not understand. They were just like, "How are you not dying? Because you're not eating any proper food." I was like, "This is super proper. This is like cream cheese and bread." They're like, "No, you don't know food." And so one of my flatmates, he worked in like these fast food sushi place. So he started bringing home like leftover sushi that they were gonna throw away, which was pretty dope. So I got like free sushi, and then one of it was like couple, like an Italian couple, living across the hallway, and Italians are passionate, especially at night. So sometimes you could hear them being passionate at night, and not only sometimes, it was like a lot, which is nice for them. Not so nice when you're trying to sleep. And then the guy underneath, he had his room underneath my room. He was a Spanish guy, and he also very passionate. But he would bring home like random girls all the time. And then I remember one night I was trying to sleep, and then it's like 3 a.m. or something, and they're like, "Wow, woohoo, wow!" Those are not actual sounds that they made. I think you can imagine more of what kind of sounds they were making. And eventually I just like had enough because I was going to work the day after. I was like, I can't do this. I would just like bang my hand in the wall as hard as I can. And they got quiet for like 2 minutes. And then they're like, "Yeah, all right, woohoo." And I'm like, "Oh gosh, I just want to sleep."
Stop being so passionate.
And that was, yeah, exactly. Why are you so passionate? Be stale and boring like your Swedish friend up here. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. I don't know if I would want to live like, I think I prefer living with people that I know now rather than like just random people on what was the site again?
Spare room.
Where you find the flats? Spare room, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, spare room.
It's just a website where people post their flats. Or rooms that are available,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of dodgy.
It's a great website for like finding places.
But there's also loads of dodgy.
But it's like there's a lot of different varying qualities.
I mean, London living standard is very low.
So yeah, that was just the first flat, and like honestly, like that was one of the better ones probably. Because then, where did I live? I lived in one flat. That was not for very long, luckily. But there was like a neo-Nazi living there together with like two, I think it was like an Asian girl and a girl from like Spain or something. And I remember when I first met him, because I had not met any of these people before I moved in. And when I first met him, he was like, "Oh, you're the new guy." Well, those girls, they're like Asian and Spanish and blah blah. And he was so racist. I was
Oh,
like, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen here?" And yeah, it sounded like he was gonna like
oh
rape
Lord.
and kill them. And I was like, "Oh gosh, yeah." He was not very nice. And then they were super nice, but I didn't. I think I met them like once, and then I moved out. Um, yeah, and then where else did I live? I can't even remember. Like I lived in so many different places. I lived in one place. I can't. I'm struggling like drawing and talking at the same time as always. But it's fine. But yeah, I lived in this one flat. Actually, oh yeah, this flat was pretty bad. It was in Milan, and I think I shared it with 3 other people. And when I moved in, they were like, "Yeah, you have Wi-Fi and everything," but it was so bad that I just couldn't reach it. So I had to buy a network cable, pull it like down the stairs, and that was fine because usually you get a better connection when you're cabled, anyways. But then one day I came home, and my bed is like standing upright, and everything is just like on the floor, and I'm like, what the heck happened here? And I'm like trying to figure it out. I think my door was open too, just like wide open. Usually you would have like a
Terrible
lock
locks, though.
on your door.
Always terrible.
And yeah, terrible locks. You could just like break them open. But yeah, I came home and this had happened, and I was like, oh gosh. And it smelled really weird too, I think, because then I went downstairs and I asked a girl that was living there. I was like, what the heck happened here? She was like, well, we had some like insects or something, so they came and sprayed everything, and they sprayed your mattress and, and everything. And I was like, oh, cool. And she was like, yeah, so you can't be in that room for like a day because you're gonna die. I'm like, what? It's eating. Where am I gonna sleep? And she's like, I don't know. So I just like opened the window, let it like air out for a few hours, went climbing, and then came back and just like slept in it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was so weird.
I can
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah, I mean that's what happens,
Yeah.
especially in
So
London. Like, there's always random stuff going on in the
yeah.
because there's a lot of strange people in London. So like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
when you live with them as well, it's like a lot of strange things happen. Like one of my when I lived in a warehouse, I had a
Yeah.
flatmate. Well, I had loads of different flatmates. But one of these flatmates, she didn't believe in towels.
Didn't believe
Yeah,
in
or she
them.
didn't see any use for them at all. So she would never use a towel at all. So she would go into the shower,
Yeah.
fully dressed, go in, have a
Yeah.
shower for quite some time, and then she would come out dripping wet with her clothes on, and like the clothes were completely wet as well. And we're like, why don't you use a towel? It's like, I didn't have any when I grew up. Like, my mother don't use them, so like I've never needed them. That's
What?
really strange. You know that, right? It's like, no, it's not strange for me. And I was like, so what about the clothes? Like, no, they dry quite quickly. Like, how? And yeah,
It sounds like something I would do, honestly.
it does actually.
I'd be like, yeah, we'll try.
Yeah, no, it was so strange. And then she also, there was something like with this wet stuff and drying stuff that she didn't understand. So when she did her laundry, she would just put everything in a pile. She would take out the drying rack, like these things with legs
Yeah.
where you hang stuff on. So she would take that out, unfold it, and put it up properly. And then she would just take everything from the washing machine or the laundry machine, and she would take everything out and just put it
Yeah.
on top in a big pile, and then leave it. And then she would come back like a day later, and she would be angry on why the clothes weren't dry. She's like, "Why doesn't my stuff dry?" Like, because you put them in the pile. Look, we hang them up, then it dries after just a few hours. She's like, no. She kept doing that. Yeah, that was really strange.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
The people of London, hey?
Yeah, I don't know how it attracts.
It just seemed to end up there, I suppose.
Well, I'm here, so you know,
Yeah, that's what happens. Don't go to London.
I'm not completely normal either.
Yeah, I wonder if people are telling like all these. Oh gosh, I just thought of the craziest story. Okay, but I wonder if people are like telling the stories about that crazy Swedish guy who lived with them. You know, who'd be like eating bread in nothing but bread.
I mean, I've talked about that. I mean, I think that's weird as well, that you just eat porridge 3 times a day.
See, I don't think that's weird. I think that's perfectly normal. I eat lingongrova now. It's the best food ever. There's nothing weird about that at all.
No, well, there's nothing weird with the things you eat. It's just the amount you eat and how often you eat it.
Yeah, maybe I disagree. Yeah, I disagree. No, I understand that people probably like to eat food. I just don't care enough to do that.
Yeah.
No, I eat food sometimes. Said the most convincing guy ever.
Well, I did see your food.
Should I do charcoal?
Room, but I guess that's all. The production pays for all your food, right?
We get traktamente,
yeah.
which is like money from the government, kind of. So yeah, they provide food, which is super nice.
Yeah, on set. Yeah, that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
I really like being on set for that reason. Like, it's
just for the food.
Yes, for the food. No, but it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like going back to school. Like, you're a big class and you get to know each other over the course of like a month or two, and you get to know each other better. True. And then you go out to like eat with the people, and you find like you just meet a lot of new people and make friends, and everyone gets very like tightly knit, like just like in a class.
Yeah, that's true.
I quite enjoy that way of doing things, and the food that they serve on set. Sometimes it's horrible food though, but
yeah, it can be a hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really care that much.
No, obviously not.
From what I hear, people aren't always stoked about the food. Actually, one production I worked on, the vegans, they got for lunch, they got little like an orange and a banana. And that was it.
That's terrible.
And I was like, what the heck? That's not food. I mean, even for me, that's like not enough for a lunch.
Well, we're halfway down. I do have a fish shape. Should I?
See, I put it on the timer here, but it doesn't seem to be in line with yours, so I'm just gonna say screw it.
Because I'm thinking, should I inflate this now and then just try to rescue whatever I get? Because I don't know what this is going to look like. Essentially, I made a shape. Yeah. I'm going to add an effect to it, which it's going to inflate it. I don't know what's going to happen to it. And after, I'm going to have to use that.
It's going to be great.
For my Make a Fish Funder. Okay, should
I'm
we do it
stoked to
now
see
then,
it.
or should I add more? I kind of want to add spikes to it, so they inflate as well. But I don't know a good way to add them.
Hmm. Do you have good topology?
Well, I merged everything just now, so no. Well, I could undo that actually. Also, another person I lived with was a crazy sage lady. So she would come in to this. Well, I mean, I barely met her. I met her like once, I think. And she moved in because people would just move in. I could. I was in a warehouse, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden there was a new flatmate, and I didn't know who they were. So I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm Andre. Have you moved in?" It's like, "Yeah, I moved in today." Okay, cool. Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. And like sometimes we wouldn't even know someone was moving in, or that someone moved out. All of a sudden, someone was just gone.
Yeah.
And then one day, this
Yeah.
like I don't know, she was probably around 35, 40 years old or something. Quite like
Yeah.
bohemian looking, and we talked for a little bit, and then she went into a room, and then there's a bit of smoke coming out of her room, and I'm like, what's going on? Like I smell this like herby kind of like burnt thing, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I
Yeah.
knock on the door. She opens up, and there's like this smoke coming out, and she's burning sage because apparently that's the thing to like bad spirits. When you burn sage, like it cleanses the room
Hmm.
of bad spirits and stuff. So she had walked around her room for like an
Yeah.
hour with that stuff, and then she walked into the entire like living room with this like burning sage in her hand and just like waving it, like filling the room with smoke. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, there's a
Interesting.
lot of bad spirits here.
No smoke
No,
sensors.
of course not. It's a warehouse. There's no safety
Yeah.
precautions like that at all. It's like the worst way. It's like the
Yeah,
thinnest
that doesn't
walls. Like the
exist.
walls are so thin. Like if you tap them, there would probably be a hole in
Yeah.
it, and like the the locks and the doors fall off. People get like stuck in the toilet, so we have to
Yeah.
kick out the door. It's like really, yeah, quite terrible like living conditions. But it was cool. It's like a big
Yeah.
space, and like I met some really cool people there, like my best friends in London, like friends for life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Nice. See, I never really made any good friends. Sorry if you're watching and you think you're a good friend from London. That I lived with. I made friends in London for sure, but not like the ones that I lived with. I did stay at a friend's place for like a couple of weeks when I came back once. I, I would just like whenever I moved out, sometimes I would like move out before the weekend and go somewhere and come back like on Sunday. And I would just like stay in the airport instead of like finding a new place to live. So it just goes like straight
Oh
from the
wow.
airport to work. Yeah. And then, okay, so I think it was like the last place I lived in. It was, you know about Guardians, right?
Oh, yeah. You should tell the viewers what it
So
is.
basically, to prevent squatters in houses, because squatters are just like,
Squatters.
that's a big thing. It's a big thing in London to just like squat at places, and they used to have like squatters' rights and stuff. But basically, they have guardians in some places to prevent squatters, I suppose. And then I lost my
What if
thought.
you were a guardian?
Oh yeah. So yeah. So no, I wasn't a guardian. I was subletting. I was not subletting because that's illegal. But I was living in a house with
Wait,
guardians.
what? Oh,
Yeah, I think it's illegal to sublet in
okay,
London.
so the guardian sublet the place to you. Okay.
Yeah. So I was living there, and the guy who lived before me, or like lived there before me, not lived before me. He's not dead, I hope. Uh, he had to die so that I could live. Anyway, the guy who lived there before me, he would just like, they told me this story, or like these stories about him. He would just like walk around naked in the house all the time. And they'd be like, please put on some clothes. And he'd be like, oh, I'm naked, blah, blah, blah. And then they would just be like, oh gosh, we gotta, like, we don't want him in the house anymore. And then one night, he had like a big, like, gay orgy in his room. They'd be like knocking, like, please, we want to go to bed. They were just going at it. And that was it. That's when he had to move
Wow.
out. I mean, that's even worse than having passionate Italians across the hallway. Maybe a passionate Italian gay orgy.
Oh wow. So how long were you there for?
Yeah. So they were stoked to have me, because I did not have any passionate Italian gay orgies there. And yeah, I lived there for maybe a couple of months or 3 months. Maybe.
What kind of
know.
place was this then? Did you say that? Or did I become a wall again?
It was like there were so many floors there. It was like a 4-floor flat, kind of, in Bethnal Green as well. And and I was subletting from this guy. And then they had, so I moved in like right before Halloween, like the week of Halloween, I think it was. And when it was like the Friday or something, it was going to be Halloween. And I hadn't really hung out much with them because I just like moved in. I had been dumped by my girlfriend recently, so I was just like bummed. And I was living there, and they had like a Halloween party on Friday. And they were like, they knocked on my door and it's like, hey, we're going to have a big old party down here if you want to join.
My fish.
It's going to be fun. It exploded? Oh gosh.
Oh, that scared me. Oh, I did not expect that at all. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So they knock on my door and they're like, yeah, come join the party. It's going to be fun. And I knew that. Okay, so sorry. I'm skipping ahead. So yeah, I thought to myself, okay, I'll make an appearance, just say hi so I can meet everyone in the place that I'm living in. And I go downstairs and they're like pre-gaming in this guy's room. And like I knew there were a lot of drugs in London, like I'd seen quite a bit too. But we were all like sitting around there in his room, and he takes out like a broken computer screen, like a laptop screen. And I'm like, why does he have a laptop screen just like laying around? And then he just like takes out a bag of Coke and just like puts it on there and then passes it around. And I'm like, that's why. And I was like, and I'm like, no, thanks, I'm good. And then later on, when the party actually starts, so this is still just like the pre-party, we're in the kitchen, which was like the entire basement basically. And we're in the kitchen. There's a lot of people there, honestly. And they had like a plate, like just like a normal ceramic plate. And it had like a pile of Coke. It was just like being passed around like a bag of chips. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is next level. And everyone's like smoking weed and all kinds of stuff and drinking hard. And then, then after that, no one like cleaned up. So our kitchen was like drenched in alcohol, and it was like sticky all over, and all these like cans and bottles. It looked so bad, it smelled terrible, and like we just left the door open because it smelled so bad. And like no one did anything about it for like 2 weeks, and then they got like a cleaner to come clean it up.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah. Oh
That's
gosh.
actually a super common thing here too. That people always seem to have cleaners. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's very common. Like every
I
place that
didn't
I've
know
been,
that.
almost like they've had cleaners. All the warehouses, they always have cleaners as well. Yeah,
Really?
because they don't.
That's
They
nice.
don't want to clean up after themselves.
Do they have the rutavdrag? Sorry,
But
what?
get to the end, you banged some crap. What is it? That's what you did. Johannes.
Yeah. So SK1 Guru, you banged some crack while snorting a line of some coke kids. Yeah. Yeah, you could say that, but no, sorry. Actually, what? Oh gosh, I can't remember. I remember because I was like, I don't even drink, and it was funny because I just like I have I don't really need to sleep that much most of the time, so I can be up partying all night without any alcohol or anything, and I'd be like still up by 6 a.m. dancing and having fun, and they're like dying all over the place, and they're like, what are you on, dude? Are you still going? I'm like, nothing. Air's good. Have you tried water? Water's pretty good. Yeah, it was wild. And then this girl. So I'm a very social person, and I talk to people, and I'm talking to this girl, and I'm like not the least bit interested in her. Sorry if you're watching. I wasn't. And she's like, she reaches in for a kiss. I'm just like instinctively like backed off, not because I disliked her or anything, but it's just like an instinct. She's like so embarrassed, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think you thought we were doing getting that close. Yeah.
Well,
I don't have time for that. I gotta create fishes
for
for dying
kids.
children. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're new here, we're making a fish foundation. We're making some illustrated fishes, and I've broken mine. Kind of. I made it too heavy, so I crashed my file. But it's fine.
no.
I saved just before.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I might have to. How much time do I left? 18 minutes. Wow. I haven't even thought about framing or anything. Do I still have too many subdivisions? Yeah, I do. I can't.
I haven't thought about anything. I'm just like drawing super slow right now.
That's nice.
This is like, yeah, I've been talking too much.
Well, I had ones. Oh, here we go. I'm just gonna do it manually instead.
Skitty Guru, because she didn't have any teeth, or because she was 65. A bit of both.
Yeah, when I.
No, she was nice, but she was also my flatmate, and I didn't want to get involved.
Yeah, I had.
And also, I had like just been dumped, and I was just like, I don't know, I don't want curls.
Curls. I don't
want curls. Yeah, I have dreadlocks. I don't want curls.
No,
trying to think of other places I lived in.
Yeah, the warehouse I moved into, it was quite a drug-filled place in the beginning.
I bet.
But it cleaned up quite a lot after. But
and then And then you moved in and just
Yeah,
like
and I
sorted
was
it
like,
out.
the police. No, but just people moved out, and like that's what happens with the warehouses. It's usually like people live there for a few years, and
Yeah.
then like everyone kind of moves out, and the atmosphere changes completely. So I was like, when
Yeah.
I moved in, there was a couple of people that had been there for years, but most of the other people had moved out. So it's the natural like
Yeah.
progression towards something new.
hmm
But yeah, one of these people that lived there, she was I don't know, she was maybe 20 years old, like a musician, and she invited this guy over, which I didn't know at first who he was or anything, but he just knocks on the
Yeah.
door. Guy comes in, very loud, very energetic,
Yeah.
with a big dog, like one of these like big bulldogs, like super like strong, like you know it can kill you quite easily, that dog.
Yeah.
And and he comes in with a backpack, and he's and the dog as well, as a leash, it was just a chain, like a big fat
Yeah.
chain, so not like a normal leash. uh, uh, he puts down his backpack on a living room table, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What are you wanting?" And I was like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm Pete. I'm Pete. Nice to meet you. Yeah, the dog is fine. Yeah, he's a nice dog." Oh, okay. And then my flatmate comes down, and she's like, "Oh, hey, Pete." And he starts picking like all these different drugs out of his backpack, like so many drugs that I've never seen
Yeah.
before. And he was like, "So this is Bitcoin. It's great. It's like ecstasy, but it's a bit golden, so it's like Bitcoin. And then it's this one. It's a bit more silver. It's like a bit different." And he's like just piling up all these different drugs. And I'm like, "What the
Yeah.
hell is this? Like, is this safe?" And you have this big dog here, and like a backpack full of all of these different like insane drugs I've never heard of and never seen or
Yeah.
anything. I'm like, oh. I was quite uncomfortable. I don't do any drugs either, so I was quite uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
he was fine. He was actually really nice, but it was really strange.
Classic Pete.
Yeah, and this is lined up like super nicely, like really neatly next to each other, and like he told a short story about each of these different drugs. DMX
Oh, gosh.
Poggers.
Nice cookie. Yeah. Actually, in Gothenburg a couple of years ago when I lived there, I was in Hemköp, which is just like the normal grocery store. I was there one night, and this is like just like a Tuesday night. Nothing special, no weekend or anything. And then I'm in the like line to pay, and this guy just like behind me, he's just like super happy, and his he asks me like really loud. He's like, "Do you want DMT?" I'm like, what? No, sorry. And he's like, "Yeah, do you want DMT?" I was like, "No, thanks. I'm good, sir, but thank you for asking." He's like, "All right, suit yourself." I'm like, "Well, thank you, sir." I guess I just have that look, kind of. This guy must do drugs. Let's ask him if he wants some DMT.
Oh, you look, you have the dreads.
I was in Gothenburg, yeah.
Oh, this pufferfish is looking crazy. I'm gonna have to draw on it. How much time? Okay. Oh, wow.
More,
12
how
minutes.
much time do I have? Yeah, I'm taking my sweet time right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna. How will I make this look good? The inflation didn't work.
No way they let me in. Too crazy. Yeah, I would have a hard time getting let in to hem shop. They'd be like, "Hey, who are you? What's wrong with your hair?"
It's
And
like,
I'd be
let's
like,
go.
"What do you mean, what's wrong with my hair? What's wrong with your face?" And they'd be like, "I don't know what you're talking about, sir. My face is perfectly normal." And I was like, "What do you mean perfectly normal? You have 3 nostrils, and 1 eyebrow." And they're like, "Sorry, that's my mouth. That's the 3rd nostril." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry about that. I'm just used to people having teeth in their nostrils."
What is this 3x2 format? What should I? Is that like a?
Just do 3000 by 2000. That's what I did.
Oh, it's quite big.
Then do 300 by 200.
We're back at the first episode again.
Yeah.
Wait,
That was great.
Have you removed this? Oh, I'll scale it down afterwards. Work. There we go.
All right, let's add some cheater.
My fish. I'm gonna
Ruining our what? Our prayers. Swedish Stan.
What is that place?
Never been.
Okay.
Speedy Stan.
Swedish.
Speedy Stan. What color should my fish be? Like a gross. Yeah, that's a gross, nice, gross color. Beauty.
Beauty.
Mm,
Okay.
adding some. Oh gosh, this is not turning out the way I wanted it to. Because it never does. So, whoa.
Oh, this is something I hate to do. Try to copy the alpha of my render, so all the layers that I'm painting on afterwards will only be on top of my fish.
Wait, what?
So I'm painting the texture here, and I want my clipping mask, well, layer mask, to be my fish.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
You can just, if you alt click, if you add a new layer and alt click in between the layers, you can just apply it to that layer alone.
That actually worked. Well done.
Nice, mate. That's beauty.
It's brilliant. No,
oh, brilliant. Oh gosh.
Cool. Nice. Let's do some more.
Okay.
How much time do we have? 8 minutes.
8 more minutes. I haven't even started coloring, basically. Oh gosh. It's always the same. Always the same.
Yes, it is. Oh, no, you're still there. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm running out of time a little bit now. So I spent too much time just trying to get my fish to inflate.
Hate when that happens. Trying to get my fish to inflate.
I need to grab some textures here. Noise texture. Fractal. Yes, let's use this. Oop.
This does not look like a fish painting thing that they wanted us to do. That's fine.
Here we go. Finally some. Yeah, I should probably look at the references again.
I dropped that a while ago. This is not turning out at all great. That's fine. It's a drawing. But I think I've been talking too much. That happens. Should the tail be a different color? I'll make it yellow. It'll be like a Swedish
Ooh.
fish. Wow, I am doing it. Swedish fish right here. La 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 la.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make this look like. I don't even have my spikes. It's not really a pufferfish, this. It's just like, oh, what have I done? It's like a frogfish.
Frogfish.
Frogfish. Yeah, I mean this. Oh well.
Okay.
I was doing some basic shading to get get the look right. I need some paper on the back. Paper texture. Old paper. You know, the ones that you put. Yes. When you did you also do that as a kid? You put like lemon on a paper and then you stuck it in the oven so it would look yes.
Like old? No, we just put coffee or tea.
Oh really?
Never did lemon. It smells really good with coffee too. You should try it.
There we go. Yeah, the lemon didn't smell like crumbs.
Okay.
It's too low. I'm doing like the first episode, like too small. Resolution is too small.
Oh no, not again.
Well, it's just of the image that I use for my texture. Here we go. That's better. Whoop. How are we on time? Thank you, my fish looks fucking shite.
Oh.
There's positivity here. It will look great.
Yeah. It will. I believe in you. Oh gosh. Yeah, not super stoked, but that's okay. I was more enthusiastic about this before I started drawing, because it's like my computer is not fast enough to draw like intuitively with a Wacom. So it's like, yeah, it kind of takes you out of it for a minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
So not the best, but that's okay. Beauty.
It's a beauty. Let's see here. Viewers with the deadline music. I'm sorry. I forgot to look at the full view. and I couldn't hear it myself, so I just been blast. It's been on max volume.
Oh gosh. Can you even hear what we're saying anymore? Or do you just see our like mouth moving? Oops. That happens.
Next.
Yikes.
Don't have to listen to us anymore.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm done. I don't feel like working on this right now.
No.
Okay, but that's okay. Okay, I have a good story behind it at least. Are you almost done?
Well, it's 1 more minute, so I'm gonna use my time. Try to add some.
Ooh. Use it wisely.
Thank you. It doesn't look like it's very wise at the moment. Here we go.
Ah, no, wait, what?
Where are we? 22 seconds. Okay. Almost there.
Almost. Just gonna add more texture everywhere.
Yeah.
Does texture make the world go round?
Make it go
Adding
around.
texture in random places. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Boom. Whoops.
Are we out of time?
I believe so.
Alrighty. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into our.
Okay.
This was quite something.
Yeah, I think I'm just a little tired, honestly, because also what I didn't talk about earlier that I actually thought I was going to mention is that it is pollen season and it's hitting me hard.
How is it?
I've been so tired ever since I got back to back from the north of Sweden where there's like still full on winter and there are no things growing at this time of year. Ever since I got like away from there, I've just been like tired. I feel like I'm falling asleep all the time because like the pollen itself or like the allergy itself makes you really tired, and then on top of that, you have these like pills, and they are making you tired. So it's just like I'm just tired, man.
Tired upon tired. Well, I hope you feel alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel fine. It's just a little itchy eyes and everything. Are you showing my screen right now?
No, I'm just showing our faces.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the presentation
Yeah,
thingy.
I've already added mine there.
Nice, mate. All right. But yeah, I just feel very tired, honestly, and itchy and sneezy. And you don't want to sneeze during Corona times because everyone's like looking at you. Ooh, I think I got
Yeah.
a thing from
Yeah.
a
I
viewer.
saw that as well.
Do you want to add
Yeah, I'll add it.
it? Nice. I'm happy that we're getting things real time now. That's fun.
It's amazing. Thank you so much. We're gonna
Yeah.
add it to the stream. Let's see. If you have anything and
Yeah,
you
I'm
want
gonna
to
add
see it on the stream, send it in right now.
Now or forever hold your no forever hold your peace. We still want to see it regardless of when you send it in. If you send it in 2 years, we'll be stoked.
We'll be watching it. Yeah.
But we'll be even more stoked if you send it now so we can show it. Or until next week, we can show it next week as well. Alrighty. I'm gonna add it here as well. Beauty.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom shakalak.
You happy with that? Do you want me to?
Sorry, I can't see. Show guides. Okay, it's a little crop, but that's fine. That's perfect. All right, I'm stoked. Nice.
I'm stoked. All right, should we? Do you wanna? Should we go to the result screen,
Oh, I see.
or how do you feel?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make mine a little smaller here. I just realized. There we go.
It's a big.
All right,
fat-
I am ready to rumble. Let's do this.
All right, let's go into. There we go.
The results.
Yes. So here we go. Here.
Sorry, I'm just gonna drink my active smoothie here that I got from the Croatian store. It says Jabuka Naranja Banana.
Oh yeah.
Active. And yeah, please continue. I didn't mean to sidetrack you. Wait, hold on. I might have. Oh wait, I got another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well,
Turn off the lights.
well, you can. I think you can add it to the end, anyways.
Oh wait, you can't see my screen, right?
No. It's on my screen. I'm showing my
Okay.
results at the moment.
All right. Sorry. Please continue.
It looks like a
I
stonefish.
didn't mean to sidetrack you again.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a stonefish. It's not really a pufferfish.
Wait, I gotta see it. Yeah, I don't see any like. I don't see the what's the spikes.
Yeah, I didn't get those.
Yeah.
Again. It's inflated though.
That's a
It was a
bummer.
thin fish, and then I inflated it. That's what I got, and then I had to save it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's sinking. You know why? Because when they were drawing this one, the fish was constantly going down. So when they were drawing it underwater, they had to follow it, and it's hard to like.
That's true. It is hard to draw and swim at the same time.
So that's why it looks like it's sinking.
Not that I've tried, but I would imagine it.
It was more colorful though for a while, but it just like it didn't really match the references, because the references are kind of like charcoal paint or like a pencil. So it's like
wait, hold on.
There's no color.
That paper texture, I feel like I've seen that before. Is that like from page 1 of Google image search?
That is.
I do recognize that paper texture.
On result 5, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, I
like
didn't,
old paper
I didn't
texture.
put lemon on some paper and put it in the oven. I didn't do that today.
Oh, you should have.
It is.
Next week, we're going to make lemon paper.
Join us then.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
What is a tupkam? Is that a mohawk? Yeah, I guess that's mohawk.
Yeah.
But that's not what the chicken has on their head, or the cock has on its head.
Oh, you Brits.
British people.
Yeah, with your cockaroos.
Should we go to yours, or do you have any more feedback then?
Yeah, no, I think I like the highlights on the eyes.
Thank you.
And it kind of looks like it got stung. Got stung by like jellyfish or something, because of the way the textures on the faces is like, I swam through 1,000 jellyfishes and it hurt.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did.
Yeah, then I think you portrayed that very accurately,
Thank
and I'm sure that a child will be very happy to receive this. That's their last fish.
Whoa, that's a sad fish. You get the last fish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna die from burn marks in your face from a jellyfish.
Yeah.
But you're not alone. This fish did it too.
Yeah. Here you go. Make a fish
Oh
foundation.
gosh. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
All right. Here's. Oh wow.
Okay, so let me explain this. This is a fish, but with a pH. I didn't get the time, or like I forgot to write it out. But it's a fish, like a PHISH. Because as you can see, it has like a Wi-Fi dongle thing
Oh.
on the back
Yeah.
there, and it's
a
like
router.
a
Yeah.
C. Yeah, so it's just like swimming around, fishing people, sending them malicious emails. Yeah, so
Hilarious.
that's the fish that this kid is gonna receive.
It's fishing. Now.
So the last thing they do, they're like on their Game Boy or whatever kids use these days, and they're like, "What? Why is my data in this ransomware? Why do I have to pay $500 to get it back? I would just wanted to play Kirby." Yeah.
Here's your last fish. Fishing scam. Is that what the whole thing is?
Just like
Make a fish foundation. Is that a scam?
I mean, it could be. Like, who would want to get a fish before they die?
Don't talk
Like,
bad
that's
about
not a
your
thing.
clients.
Or maybe someone's like last meal. Like, no,
Yeah.
that would be make fish.
Yeah, make a fish foundation.
Yeah, they just like, all right, what do you want your last meal to be? And I'll be like, excuse me, can I get a plate of oatmeal, please?
Prepared in the microwave, please.
Yeah. Don't do the whole advanced
No.
thing. It's too many
No
dishes.
need, yeah.
Just like make a simple bowl of oatmeal. Applesauce, please.
I like the texture of the scales on the fish. It's really nice. And the colors.
Yeah, and
it's like-
Svartabacken thinks it looks like submarines.
But it looks like those when you fish in Sweden, you get the white fish that's like all shiny and stuff. I don't know what the English name, the mört.
Oh, the mört.
Yeah, it
I don't
it
even.
kind of looks
I'm
like.
so bad at fish names in English. Like that's one of my That's my biggest weakness as a superhero.
Oh, the fish,
If
yeah.
I was a superhero, that would be like my kryptonite. It'd be like, tell me this name, the name of this fish in English, and I'd be like, you struck me. I'm gonna die now. That's how that would play out.
Yeah, I went to a fishmonger's the other week, and I wanted to get some rödspätta, which is place in English, but I had to look it up, and I misread the L for an I, so I went in and I asked for a piece, and he was like, "What piece?" Like, that's not a fish. I think it's called piece. It's like a flat fish, and like it's like no, we
just
don't
like
have it.
cut out a small piece of a fish and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
That's a piece.
Or he's like, who's this bloody like young person asking for peace in the world?
Yeah,
No.
classic Swedish.
Yeah. But it's called place.
Rödspätta.
Yeah.
Place.
Place, yeah. Anyways, that's a really cool fish. I like the router on his head.
You gotta stay connected all over the place.
I've heard they sound
make those
something
fishes.
like
No, he sounds like. Only 90s kids will get it, and older.
Uh-huh.
Suck it, you young people. Can you imagine though? Like there are so many things that we think is funny because we grew up with it, and that the young kids aren't like even aware of,
Yeah.
like that sound, for example.
Yeah, when they die down, they hear that sound.
And I mean, there's probably
Yeah, that's how you spell it.
there's probably a lot that we don't get from our parents and stuff
Yes, of
as well.
course.
I just realized. So we're the stupid ones, really.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a bummer. I guess we're all stupid in the end.
Yeah, I like the
For
extra
making
fin you added
fishes.
at the bottom as well.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It just like popped up in the last 2 minutes, and I just couldn't be bothered
No, it's nice.
removing
Yeah,
it.
it's nice texture as well. Should we go to our community contribution?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh yeah, this is our side to side by side. They're very similar.
This is a tiger fish, or what is this? What's the name of this? This is from Ida T.L.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
What's
Yeah, it looks like a tiger fish.
what's
Something.
yeah? What's the name of it? Do we have a name? Can we get a name in here? Chat, give us a name.
Give us a name.
Give us a name.
That fin.
We're waiting.
The fin on the side that's on top of the fish is really nice.
Yeah, I think it all looks a lot like a fish. It looks kind of crazy. I would not want to meet that.
Yeah, it is
mean, look
a
at
tiger.
that mouth.
Tiger fish eye. Tiger fishy or tiger fish eye.
Tiger fishy.
Tiger fishy.
Maybe she's thinking of like sushi, and oh, it's for nightmares. Perfect. More nightmare fuel.
Oh, so you
I like how
you want to
Ida has embraced this whole nightmare fuel thing.
Yes.
Last week she created something that will haunt your dreams forever. So go and check that out.
She provides for aunt. But
Yeah,
I like
she's
your
the
motivation as well.
nightmare.
So this is a foundation to give fishes to dying kids. And you want to give them nightmare fuel. That's how we... I thought it's a love
Oh my
nightmare fuel, but I
God.
think that's a little bit cruel.
Oh, can you imagine? This dying child is like, I just want a fish for my time. They get that. It's just like, am I going to hell? Oh gosh.
This is your dying fish.
Lucky kid, she says.
agree.
Oh well, yeah. She is the nightmare provider.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, the next one
Next one. Oh, it
is
didn't actually.
the
Oops, I'm spilling water.
the side
Here we go.
the side Projectarius.
Wow.
It was established in 1815. So is this like a rock that they established for this thing? But it looks nice. It looks like a real fish.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like one of those aborrar. I couldn't say it in English because I'm illiterate when it comes to fish names.
So apparently,
What's an aborre?
I forgot what that's. Bream, maybe. No, that's Brax. I can't remember what it is. It also says here this was last seen on the 17th of June, 1815, by two French generals. The legend says that the generals told Napoleon Bonaparte about the fish, and it was too much of a distraction for Napoleon, which made him lose. That's all I can read.
Lose what?
I don't know what he lost.
Lose what?
Fish, maybe.
What did he lose?
Perch is aborted, by the way.
Perch.
Thank you, Svartabacken, a big
Nice.
fisher in this crew, I guess.
The fisherman.
Who is this from?
Oh wait, I don't know why it cropped out the last part, but here I have the rest of it, and it says it was too much, and the okay.
I think it was.
It's a misspelling here about the fish, and the was too much of a distraction for Napoleon, which made him lose focus in the historical Battle of Waterloo.
Oh wow!
So he lost focus. That's what he
On the
lost.
side projectari, so he could sign. Yeah, sidetracked by the side project already.
Yeah. That's in essence this episode. It's just like sidetracked. Yeah, well, thank you. I think it looks
That's
great.
beautiful.
It has the coffee stain
Yes.
or lemon stain.
Yeah, it has the cup there on the
I-
corner.
I really, oh shoot, I just went back to the tigerfish. It gave me nightmares. But I really like the texture that's on the actual fish. It's like it kind of looks like someone painted, and it's just like taken from an old painting. Adam, did you take this fish from an old painting? Or did you add the texture yourself? But yeah, if you go back, if you look at any like old painting from like the Sistine Chapel or something, I'm gonna look at it right now. Sistine Chapel, or like any old painting, they get these like dotted textures, kind of. Do you see that?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna see Sistine Chapel close up. Maybe not this one, but I feel like a lot of old paintings have that.
But to me, it kind of looks like paper. If you when you use like the crayons, it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
stick everywhere. It sticks to like some of it.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean.
Yeah, regardless, it looks good, but I'm just curious where this texture came from. If it was intentional, or if it was just a fluke that you happened to use. I mean, yeah, it works well.
It's definitely not page 1 of Google result 5.
Yeah, or maybe it is. I'm gonna search for old fish. Old fish texture. Oh, and then Minecraft pops up.
Oh, perfect.
Old fish illustration, maybe.
You know what? Should I go to your
For
screen?
debunking. Sorry?
Should I go to your screen while you're trying to find this?
Oh yeah, you can if you want.
I'm doing it.
I'm just like browsing. Oh, look at this. So here's what I was talking about, like the dottedness of things. Let's see what we can find here. I don't think I'm gonna find that particular fish. This one's good. I like that. Well, look at. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, let's go back to our faces, maybe.
To faces.
And wrap this puppy up.
Well.
Oh gosh, it's been a ride.
The sun has set.
I'm so tired right now.
When
I'm gonna fall asleep.
When we started, it was completely bright around me, and now it's just darkness. Yeah.
Darkness. Darkness from that nightmarish fish.
Yeah. It's gonna haunt us in our dreams.
Oh yeah, all the dreams.
Yeah.
Our last dreams on this planet.
Well, if you have enjoyed Make a Fish Foundation, give us a follow, send us a message, whatever. We hope you have enjoyed it, and we hope that we made some kids happy as well.
Yeah, and also if you actually want to make a difference and be nice to some kids, you can donate to the Make a Wish Foundation. Yeah. I'll post the URL in the chat, because that's a nice thing to do. This is horrible. We're joking about dying children, which is terrible. Don't do that. But yeah, if you want to be a nice person, give them a call.
Wish,
not a call. Just give them a fish drawing. And a donation. Money. They need money.
A wish, not a fish.
Yeah. Wish for a fish.
Wish for a fish.
When you fish upon a star.
Fish upon a star.
Oh yeah, fish in a dish. How many fish do you wish? How many fish do you wish? You gotta say a number.
5.
1. 2. You go.
2.
3.
4. Oh yeah, that's what I
You
should
count
say.
down. 5, and then you get to slap me. But I'm gonna pull my hands out away, and then
Okay.
you're out. I win.
Oh no. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fish in a dish. It's a
Fish
great
in a
game.
dish.
You can
Play it
play
tonight.
play it with your friends.
Yeah. You heard it here
Uh,
first.
Yeah, if you didn't go to the Caribbean,
Yeah.
then you'd probably hear it there first.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight and our silliness,
It's been
our fishiness.
we've been all over the place tonight. But mostly in London, I feel like. Lots
Yeah.
of talk about London.
Yeah.
What else did we talk about? We talked about fishes and
Big
film
Yeah.
production stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hope you have enjoyed, and thank you for being tuning in, even though it's a Tuesday as well. We
Yeah.
know when we're doing the next stream, Johannes, yet?
Hopefully next Tuesday.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll keep you posted on the Instagrams and the other social medias.
Yeah. We'll keep you updated.
But we're planning on Tuesday.
Yep.
The same time.
Tuesday. Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I have nothing more to add except thank you all for watching, and thanks for your beautiful creations. And remember to post them after the episode if you haven't posted them already.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. And we will see you next week. Bye bye.
We
people.
will. Bye.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.